Sports Parliament, a unique platform for sports discussions, showing live on the NTA. Keep a date with the parliamentarians.
The eyes have it.
Can we have your menu booklet, please?
Madam, we really sell book for you. See, our food, see our...
Like you don't have a menu? So how am I supposed to know what to order for or what to eat?
Who the heck recommended this rat hole of a hooker for you?
Hey! Who can you want? What do you want? Oh my God! Who is that lousy woman and why are you screaming to the rooftop?
Stand up for me and get out! You just said this place is a national place.
Please don't hear that.
Help! What are you waiting for? Come here! Come! Take her out!
No, they hear what?
Yes.
My name is Jane, and I am 18, and this is where I hang out with my friends. We are deeply concerned about the problems facing Nigeria, but when it comes to doing something about it, we would rather sit on the fence.
Hold up. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Yes. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. Yes.
Drive in the rain?
It depends on the velocity of the rain.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link. And be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar.
Well, we seem to have had some technical issues there. We'll go back to Mohammed in Maiduguri.
Again, and welcome to Maiduguri. Presidential Committee on Northeast Initiative, PCNI, has facilitated another contribution from the oil and gas sector of Petroleum Products Pricing and Regulatory Agency, PPPRA, towards presentation of medical equipment and school furniture to Borno State government. Now, details of the report. The PCNI has been working with the Borno State government alongside Victim Support Fund and other stakeholders to provide urgent needs in terms of healthcare, education, as well as rebuilding of critical infrastructure ravaged by the Boko Haram insurgency over the years. Vice Chairman PCNI, represented by State Coordinator Chiroma Abba Kaka, said this is another intervention to improve healthcare and education in Borno State as part of the overall contributions in the areas of humanitarian assistance, resettlement, and economic development. The representative of the PPPRA, Abubakar Jafar, on behalf of the governing board, management, and staff, handed over the medical equipment to the state government, which he said is part of assistance to equip hospitals. Borno State Commissioner of Reconstruction, Yerima Saleh, said the first consignment of school furniture to be received in Bama town include 2,100 students' desks and 105 teachers' tables, alongside the medical equipment worth a total of 150 million naira. The medical equipment presented include 10 pieces each of infant warmer machines, baby incubators, electric and manual suction apparatus, delivery bed trides, blood banks, refrigerators, as well as phototherapy lights, wheelchairs, and vacuum extractors, including baby weighing scales, plus adult and child resuscitators. In other news, peace has been identified as the only panacea that can stimulate overall cohesion in the society and nation building in general. This came up during a stakeholders dialogue session on sustenance of peace organized by the National Orientation Agency, Borno State. Abubakar Mohamed Musa was there and now reports.
Tact Building a People of Peace, the stakeholders dialogue session brought together representatives of various paramilitary organizations as well as traditional leaders among other key players towards giving far-reaching recommendations that will ensure lasting peace in the state.
And without peace, nobody will achieve anything, and no development, any military development will take place without attending to peace. So we are appealing to people to always maintain peace in all their dealings so that the country will go smoothly.
In their submissions, representatives of various paramilitary organizations and INEC identified some gaps disrupting the peace processes put in place, while Mr. Benjamin Lantern from Center for Humanitarian Dialogue underscored the importance of allowing women and youths to access their fundamental rights. Chief Host, who is also the district head of Old Maiduguri, Abba Umar Abba Garbay, suggested the need for all stakeholders to make significant contributions towards sustaining the relative peace being enjoyed in some parts of the state for complete revival of socio-economic activities. Other district heads in Jere Council area who spoke at the occasion said the peaceful conduct of the last elections is an indication that their people have high regards for traditional institutions. In Maiduguri, Abubakar Mohamed Musa.
That will be all from this end. The rest of Nationwide continues after this break.
Thank you, Mohammed. River State government to prosecute owners of a collapsed 7-story building, Mina, in our Port Harcourt Network Center, is ready for us.
Good afternoon, Kehinde. You're welcome to Port Harcourt. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, certificates of return to winners in the just concluded Rivers State Governorship and State Assembly elections. On Nigerian Fine Face reports.
The electoral process in Rivers State has finally come to a deserving climax with the distribution of certificates of returns to all elected at the State Assembly and, of course, the Governor and Deputy Governor of the state. 32 members of the Rivers State House of Assembly received their certificates of returns. 30 of those members are of the People's Democratic Party, while 2 constituencies, that of Oyigbo and Asarito Constituency 1, are of the SDP.
I am confident that going forward, elections in Rivers State will be peaceful and the narrative of Rivers State elections will be positively changed forever.
We can say confidently too that many voters in the state have access to polling units and indeed exercise the right to vote in this election than in previous elections in this state.
I have said, forgive me if I step on your throat. And I have forgiven everybody who has stepped on my own.
That whatever law we are going to pass on the floor of Assembly is a law that will have positive impact on our people.
In Port Harcourt on NTA Fine Face, NTA News.
Senator of Rivers Southeast Magnus Abe has enjoined members of All Progressives Congress APC in Rivers State to close ranks while urging the national leadership of the party to chart a new course in the state ahead of 2023. Abe stakeholders meeting held in Port Harcourt, prompted by the outcome of the Supreme Court judgment on APC governorship litigations before the Apex Court. Osinachi Abraham has details.
For there to be order and progress in any society, there must be concerted effort to put off disputes and disagreements. Persons. The Supreme Court judgment on the suit filed by the Abe's faction concerning the outcome of the APC party's primaries in Rivers State put paid to the agitation surrounding the governorship candidacy of Senator Magnus Abe in Rivers State. Senator Abe said he was pleased with the verdict as he called on members of the party to remain united, steadfast and committed to the ideals of the party. According to Senator Magnus Abe, the ball is now in the court of the party's National Working Committee to do the needful.
Therefore, to begin the urgent, necessary, important, and inescapable task of putting the APC together in Rivers State, I wish to use this opportunity to call on the national leadership of the party. Let us begin to put things together.
The meeting also called on the federal government to expedite action on the Ogoni cleanup, Bodo Boni Road, and Port Harcourt International Airport modernization projects for even development. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Abraham, NTA News.
Rivers State government has directed the State Attorney General to prosecute Sir Francis Alagwa, the owner of the collapsed 7-story building in New GRA Port Harcourt, lives to early graves. Ogedi Nyekra reports that this was part of the resolutions of the State Executive Council on the dastard incident. Rivers State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Ima Oka, briefed journalists after the State Executive Council meeting.
The commissioner said Council also directed the Attorney General to person whose actions constitute criminality as established by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry that investigated the collapsed 7-story building. He noted that the council accepted that it would be inappropriate to recall the Commissioner of Urban Development and Physical Planning, Dr. Rizin Onya, because of the inappropriate actions he took committed.
The council also accepted that the owner of the property is Francis J. Alagwa. Accordingly, he should bear all civil liability regarding and relating to compensations to families of the deceased persons, medical expenses borne by those who were injured in that unfortunate incident.
The council also directed the State Civil Service Commission to take disciplinary action against East Town Planner, Director of Buildings and Plan Approvals, as well as the Director of Development Control for Professional. In Port Harcourt, Ogedi Nyekwe, NTA News.
That's a bit from Port Harcourt.
Thank you, Mina. Moving on now, Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed was a guest at the Voice of America corporate headquarters in Washington, D.C. Anthony Faustin reports on the activities of the minister and other issues.
Senior officials of the Voice of America African Service were on hand to receive the minister and straight into the studio. Then, the interview for both radio and television platforms got underway. First shot was on the February 23rd election.
When you look at the presidential election, even in those states where we lost governorship election, we won very handsomely in the presidential election, which means that the president's achievement was appreciated by almost everybody.
Then, the Zamfara state situation.
The last 2 weeks have also shown quite a lot of improvement. I think the twin approach of the government.
Building the economy, corruption, just as the question on are there sacred cows in the President Muhammadu Buhari's government came up.
Today, if anything, corruption has been driven underground in Nigeria. It's no longer on the surface, it's no longer on the table. But the other way to look at it is that, you see, one way of corruption fighting back is also to try to smear everybody.
Nigeria and the United States relation was not left out. With this over, and the host expressing satisfaction with explanations provided by the minister walked into the Georgetown University, where Professor Scott Taylor, director of the university's African Studies program, was waiting with his students to engage the minister. The students spared the minister no breath as they fielded questions every curious child will field at a parent. The minister, on his part, towed the fatherly line, responding to all that seemed to be agitating the minds of the students by explaining what the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has achieved in 4 years and its focus for another 4-year term.
Make no mistake about that, the government will not negotiate the issue of corruption, because there's a correlation between corruption and underdevelopment, between corruption and poverty. So it will still be the bedrock of the agenda of the Mr. President. And then insecurity and economic prosperity are also linked.
In the end, the students, most of whom are of Nigerian descent, born in the United States, engaged the minister with a renewed hope of looking forward to coming back home to Nigeria upon graduation, knowing that they have a country they can call home. In Washington, D.C., Anthony Forson, NTA News.
Up next is Sport Update, and Ayodeji Makinde is our guide.